Good evening, everyone. My name is Gonzalez, and I'm running for State Representative District 75. Thank you very much to the Eastside Civic Association for hosting such an important event. A little bit about myself. I grew up in Clint, a graduate of Clint High School, went on and get degrees at UT Austin, St. Edward's University, and I'm working to complete my PhD in education from the University of Texas at Austin. Because I grew up on a farm, I've always been a very hard worker, and simultaneously, while going to school full-time, I've had full-time jobs. I've been fortunate to work at the Texas State Legislature as a legislative assistant, assistant director for the National Hispanic Institute, and most recently, an assistant dean for multicultural affairs at Southwestern University and a professor in the Communication Studies Department. Why I'm running. This last legislative session was brutal. We saw cuts to children, to teachers, to public employees, to our senior citizens, to our most vulnerable communities. And as someone who has experience at the legislature, I want to be able to use all my skills to fight for my community, fight for our families, and fight for District 75 to have the best legislator available. Thank you.
Okay, any questions? Yes, sir.
Ms. Gonzalez, would you have moved back to El Paso from Austin, run for Mr. Quintanilla, vacating the seat, and if you happen to lose this election, will you be moving back to Austin?
Thank you for the question. I'm the oldest of 11. And if you're the oldest of that many brothers and sisters, you have a sense of responsibility. A few months ago, my mother got very sick and had to have emergency surgery in Juarez, Mexico. And when that happened, I realized that should something happen to my mother and I get 10 kids, that would be a significant change of life, and I wasn't close to them anymore. I mean, close, but not the same day-to-day interactions. I wouldn't know what to do. I'm already in the part of my PhD program where I'm just doing research, and I can do research anywhere. So when I had the opportunity to start my research process, I wanted to come back home, be next to my family, and really do research in a place where I love. You know, only in politics do you get criticized for going away to get an education. I'm from here. My family's from here. My mom hates that question. She's like, Mija, what are you talking about? This is your home. I have dedicated my life to serving this community. I went away to school, and I'm not ashamed of it. I got scholarship money from El Paso to do that, and I want to come back and use all of my skills, all of my education to represent District 75.
Any more questions? Any more questions? Okay, closing statement.
District 75 is a very unique part of El Paso County. It has some of the most complicated situations. We have colonias, we have a huge agricultural industry, we have the growing East Side, we have unequal education systems. We have serious issues that we need to address in District 75. And I want to be able to use all of my skills, understanding policy, having a strong education background, understanding the issues of our community to really make a difference. I have been working since I was 14 as a social justice advocate and activist to make a difference in the world. And I hope that you give me an opportunity to continue what I've devoted my whole life to. Thank you again to the Eastside Civic Association for such a wonderful event.
Question of any of the two candidates that did not show up and to answer, if you care to do that.
You know,
A question.
I appreciate the opportunity to ask a question, but politics has gotten really ugly, and I would like to make it as positive as possible and to keep us focused on the issue. So thank you.
Okay.